Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I will be telling you about the bit stuffing and byte stuffing, which are the very important concepts in framing. Okay, so firstly let me tell you that why we have introduced such kind of concepts. I mean, what was the need for that. So when you talk about the concept framing, as I have told you in my previous video, that framing is nothing but putting the data and taking the data and putting it in a frame and adding some of the essential parameters, that is known as framing. Okay, so giving the data a form of frame is called as framing. So when we talk about a frame, it has a lot of parameters, but I will be talking about only the two essential ones which will be required to explain you these particular concepts. Okay, so we have two things here. One is SFD and other is EFD. So SFD stands for start of frame delimiter and EFD stands for end of frame delimiter. So SFD notifies a host that from what point you have to start reading a particular packet. Okay, and EFD tells that till what point you have to read a packet. So the ranges that the data have to be read by a host, the host will came to know that particular thing with the help of SFD and EFD. Okay, but when we talk about EFD, then there are certain problems. Suppose that our EFD is like this, 0 1 0 1 0 1, something like that, and our data is also like 0 1 0 1 0 1. Okay, so when the host will start reading it from the SFD, and when it will reach to the data point where the data will be like this, so the host will think that this is EFD itself and it will discard the further packet. Okay, and in this way there will be a problem and the host will receive the wrong packet or the wrong information. So in order to unmatch the EFD and data, that is the process to make changes in data so that its pattern never matches with the pattern of EFD. For those we have introduced the concepts of bit stuffing and byte stuffing. Okay, so let's see that what are these particular things. Yeah, so firstly I would like to tell you about this byte stuffing, which is also known as the character stuffing. Okay, so the first thing is that it is completely absolute now, that is, it is not used now, was used in earlier 1980s. Okay, so the concept here was that whatever symbol is not present on the keyboard, we just use that symbol in order to create our EFD. Okay, so let us understand it with an example. Suppose that dollar is not there in keyboard in those times. Actually it was there, but I am telling you this for the sake of simplicity so that you can understand it. So just suppose that dollar was not there on keyboard. So what we will do, we will use our EFD as dollar. Okay, and now suppose that we are having a data like this and the reader will start reading the data, and whenever it will encounter the dollar, it will understand that this is the EFD and I have to read the data till this part only. So in this way it was used. But now just consider a scenario that our data is like this, 0 1 $0 1. Suppose that this is our data, and now according to this case, when the reader will start reading the data from this side, and when it will encounter this particular dollar sign, it will think that this is our EFD, that is the end of frame delimiter, and reader will read the data till this part only and the further part will be discarded. So this will be a problem. Okay, so what we have done according to this particular byte stuffing or character stuffing, whenever any EFD character comes in the data, just put a null sign behind that particular data. I mean to say that suppose that this is our data, so you have to modify it like 0 1 $, and since this dollar is the EFD part, so put a null sign and again 0 1. So when the reader will read this data and it will encounter this particular null character, it will understand that I have to remove this null character because the whatever data I will read further, that matches with the EFD. So what it will do, it will remove this null character, it will discard it, and it will read this data furtherly till EFD. Okay, so this was the second scenario. Now suppose that our data is like this: 0 1 dollar, null, 0 1. So this is a third case in which dollar and null, they both are the part of our data. So this is again a problem, because if we actually evaluate this according to the second case, then the reader will think that this null character is here because the part of the data further matches with the EFD. So I have to discard this null character and I have to treat this dollar as a data. But in this case, even this null is the part of the data. So that's why we have made a universal rule which was like, for all dollar or for all null, just add a null. Okay, understand it carefully. Suppose that this is our data, so you have to modify it like 0 1 and dollar. Now this dollar, as you can read it here, for all dollar add null, so I have to add a null for it, and again there is a null, so for all null add a null, so for this null I have to add this null. Okay, and then it will be 0 1. So when the user or the reader will read this data, it will discard this null, discard it, and it will treat this particular null as data, and then this particular null will be discarded and this dollar will be treated as data. So in this way these kind of things have been introduced. But now in these days even we can generate any symbol, and so that's why it was not like whatever symbol is not present on keyboard we will use it as EFD. But this is not possible in today's world because we can generate any symbol. Okay, so it was absolute, now it is not used now. And also just think that I have just taken an example of a single dollar, but suppose that a lot of characters are matching with the data, then we have to add this particular null continuously for each character, so this will be very costly. Okay, so now let's move to the bit stuffing, which is very scalable than this particular byte stuffing, and it is still used. So let's move to the bit stuffing.